Welcome to episode 2 of Beauty Lighting Live. I'm JT Smith with Supershoots.com. We're at Alpha Studios in Creve Coeur, Illinois. We're back for another episode. I'm going to be talking about another simple light setup, and then we're going to add lights as we go. So hopefully we can follow along with me here, and so you can learn something this evening. So here we go. We just have the one light off to the side right now. It's the same light we used last time. And everything good? Okay. And then we're just going to work with the one light, and then I'm going to continue to build, and we're going to kind of see and show as that will. Bear with me here. It's kind of a one-man show here. And I'm going to get the screen capture kind of loaded up here with Capture One here. And then that way we'll be able to go from there. So we started earlier, but something malfunctioned, and so we're back live hopefully, and hopefully that you'll be able to hear us just fine and see everything just fine as well. We have the lovely Belle. Make sure you're covered up there, Belle. So anyway, so we're just going to do a simple one light setup as if I'd come in and do a one light setup. It's not the way I would shoot it normally, but anyway, we're just going to set it up with one light. We don't have any lights on the background. We're just using a white background right now. But for simple beauty work, sometimes you can get one light to work. Belle, if you would just turn right there like that, put your eyes right here, my hand right here like that, right there. There you go, right there, good. Chin down just a little bit. Turn your chin a little bit more to the light source, just a little bit. Wrap that nose into the light. There you go, right there. Good. I'm going to switch it over to Capture One, and then we'll talk about this. And so just bear with me as I lean back and forth to the computer. Kind of have just a quasi Rembrandt light going on here, but with her facial features, I probably wouldn't light her with just one light and everything else. But she's done a wonderful job on her makeup. And everything else. And so let me get my hand over here and kind of show you what's going on. So with the one light coming across, what I'm looking for here is I'm looking at her facial features. I'm looking at her nasal fold, and I'm looking at her eyes and everything here. We got this eye going really good with makeup, but this eye right here, we start to lose it in the light source. So what I could do is bring another reflector in over here and kind of fill that in a little bit. And there's another technique that I'm going to show you too as well. So what if we take this one light setup, and then we go back and turn this light on here. Now, if Tim can kind of pan down, I just got like a 3x4 sheet of foam core down here on the floor, and I'm just going to pop a little bit of light in here, and then we're going to see those results right here. So Belle, look at me right here, chin down just a little bit, right there like that. Good. Chin down a little bit more, right there. Good, good, good. So as I switch that back over, you can see with just a little bit of kick, we got a little bit more fill light in there, and I'm starting to really like that. Belle, if you could turn your chin a little bit more to the light that way, just a little bit. There you go. Bring your eyes back to me. There you go, right there like that. I'll let Capture One take over for the next shot. As she moves her chin and her nose a little bit closer to the key light, you're going to notice you're going to be a lot better off here. But what I'd like to see is I would like to see a little bit more fill coming across in there. And so what I would do is bring in a reflector and everything else. April, can you help me out a little bit? Can you bring in that California Sunbounce? And then we'll get that as a fill, and then we'll continue to build this lighting setup. It's 2.5 feet by 2.5 feet softbox, and we're going to bring that reflector in just a little bit. Let me just move this just a little bit. Bring that reflector this way just a little bit, and then closer to her just a little bit if you can. There you go, right there like that. Okay, bring that tool back just a little bit, Belle. Okay, bear with me here, guys, as I go through this. Okay, we've got a reflector in. Let's see if that added any punch. Turn your chin that way just a little bit. May have to back you up just a little bit, Belle, to get that reflector to kind of come in. Back up just a little bit. Make sure you don't expose yourself there. There you go. Now that reflector, April, can kind of come in a little bit closer. Very basic setup here. There you go. There. Right there. That tool's kind of blocking a little bit of the light. I'm also going to pump the floor light in just a little bit, chin down just a little bit. There you go. Let me just see that here. Starting to get a little bit more fill coming in across there, but notice how the background's kind of dark. It's like we need some sort of light going on or whatever, so I'll probably turn the high key lights on. Go ahead and do that right now. There you go. I think we're going to add to it when we turn the background lights on. The backgrounds are going to measure f11, so they're just going to be one stop over. We would like to have a pure white there. Belle, let's do a lighting test here. Very nice. Right here like that. There you go. Gorgeous right there. Let me just transfer that back over. Now that starts to come out. Those colors start to pop out of her makeup and everything else. We're just adding that in there instead of going kind of a neutral gray background. So I really like what we got going on here. I'm going to punch up the floor light just a little bit. I'm going to add just a little bit more fill. And we've been playing with that a little bit. And I'm just going to move that up a little bit and see what we come up with. Chin down just a little bit. There you go, right there like that. Sometimes I forget I'm live and I have to talk. Chin down just a little bit. Belle, that's gorgeous. Right there like that. Love your makeup. Turn your body the other way. There you go, right there like that. Just kind of come in right there and hold it right there like that. Different expression on your lips. Stare me down with those eyes. There you go, right there like that. Chin up just a little bit and jet your chin forward to me. There you go, right there like that. Turn your chin a little bit more to the light source. There you go, right there like that. Gorgeous. Perfect. Perfect. Now let's just take a look at these shots here. Now I'm really starting to get in more into to where I like to be beauty-wise and everything else with this lighting. I'm probably going to work with her just a little bit more, and I'll kind of leave it on capture one here. But let's just kind of briefly go through here and kind of see some of the shots that we have in succession here. And you can kind of see what I'm trying to build up to. So I really like that one. Of course, Belle, you can't see that, but that's really good. That's good too. So let me just work with her here. I'm going to leave it on capture one, and we'll just go through the series as she rocks and rolls it a little bit. I still feel like I need to bump up the fill light coming from underneath up just a little bit and stuff like that. So here we go. Belle, here we go. Just pay attention to the successions because I want to rock and roll here. Good, good. Forehead this way just a little bit. Keep those eyes open. Turn your chin that way just a little bit. There you go. Good, good, good. Chin down. Jet your chin forward to me. There you go. Right there like that. Great. Good deal right there. Go ahead and smile. You're going to bring some hands into play here. There you go. Right there like that. Bring it a little tighter. There you go. Right there like that. Great. Let me back that up just a little bit. I'm going to wrap that. I'm still going to wrap that light up or wrap that light around just a little bit more. I just feel like I need a little bit more punch, especially with that reflector. We still got audio there, Tim, after I did that? Oh, it's stuck in my shoe again? Yeah, anything can go wrong will go wrong. We're live, folks. If you could see the incident with the mic cord not liking my tennis shoes, it's great. Okay. All right, yeah, I kind of like that light where I got it now. Chin down just a little bit. Let's look at that quick. Good. Chin down a little bit more. Ooh, I love it. I love it, Belle. I love it. I love the lighting where it is now. Let me transition over to that so they can see that. Just a little bit. Tim, are you showing where the light is a little bit? Here we go. There you go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Chin down just a little bit more right there like that. Hold it right there like that. Great. Gorgeous. I love everything about that. That's gorgeous. Go back to the live shot. I want to talk a little bit about what's going on here. So that they can kind of see. We don't have the camera with the zoom lens, so I apologize about that. But anyway, once again, I have the main light close, about 2 feet away from her, away from Belle. And can you bring that reflector, April, up this way just a little bit? Towards me, just a little. Yeah, it's not quite catching. There you go, right there like that. I got a California Sunbounce reflector, reflecting light for a fill on that side right over there. I have 2 lights blowing against the high key for high key background back there. And that's measuring f11. This is measuring f8, and this is around 5.6 right here, this light source right here. But basically, it's just playing. Now let's take a look at that and see what the catch lights do in that from bouncing off the floor. So I first thought it would be kind of like a little alien looking and stuff like that, but when I was playing around with this technique, I kind of actually like it the way it does. It's kind of subtle. It's not like a specular source. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the reflector fill that we were doing with the clamshell and stuff, but it just kicks in enough light under here and kind of fills in the eyes and stuff like that. So I really started liking this technique when I first started using it, and I kind of like it the way it is, but it just adds a little bit to it. And I think it kind of replicates more of maybe a natural light fill, or like, you know, something was, you know, dealing with natural reflection from like a concrete floor or something like that. So I kind of like it. And so anyway, I hope everybody can see, hope everybody likes that, and kind of see with kind of like a 1 light setup, how you add a reflector, and then you, color of your background is very important, because, you know, when it was gray, it was just kind of dead. In fact, I'm going to go back to gray and just kind of show the difference there with that. So April, if you can kill the we're going to go right back to gray and then strike a pose there. I kind of feel like I got the reflector in the right position here. Chin down just a little bit. Right there, Belle. Very nice. Turn your chin to the right just a little bit. Chin down. Your eyes right to me. Back to the camera. There you go. Right there like that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Transition that back to that. There you go. So, whoops. Looks like I got a spot on my sensor. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. But anyway, don't pay attention to that. But anyway, that's kind of like the whole setup if we didn't add the white background. So let's throw the white background back on again, shoot a couple more. I kind of like that. I think if I had like a hair light or a light coming in too for a little bit separation, I might live with the gray background. But we'll shoot one more with the white background. Okay.
I love the gray.
You like the gray better? Well, that's what it's all about, is trying to build and do different things with your set. It's not about just shooting one thing. See, I happen to like the high key. There's something about the high key with the color of the thing. So anyway, but yeah, you like the gray?
Because it probably pops more because I'm colorblind.
So anyway, well, it could be, but the colors do pop on the gray, but I think I just wish I would have had like a hair light or some sort of separation coming through that tool a little bit. I think that would work out better. I'm not even on Capture One. Now I'm on Capture One. So I think, yeah, I see what you're saying, April. But as we brought that reflector in, that filled their left side in just a little bit better and filled that tool side in, the shadow side. And so the gray is working a little bit better right now. You know, that sort of thing. So what's that? You want to kill them again?
You want me to kill that, make this a hair light?
You can. We can play with it in a little bit more of a separation light than anything. So, but anyway, I'm got to forget that I'm live and it's a one-man show today. So anyway, you be the judge whether you like more of the high key on this look or whether you like, you know, the gray background. You know, I happen to like the high key. April seems to like the gray. So it's kind of a personal choice. But you can kind of decide on kind of, you know, what you might prefer and go from there. So why don't we pull the lights back around, April, and let's do more of a rim light situation. Now you'll probably have to really drop the power down really low and try to do that. Let me back the camera up a little bit too kind of focus maybe more on Belle there, Tim. Yeah. Bring your hands inside just a little bit. Yeah, like that right there. We can do a test shot right there, Belle. With that right there. So yeah, that's kind of cool. A little bit. Yeah. We got a little bit of light on the tool, so that's good. I'm gonna go in for a little tighter shot there, Belle, before I show everybody. Good, right there. Turn your chin that way just a little bit. Chin, look at me with those eyes. Gorgeous, right there like that. Let me just kind of show that just a little bit. Bring your chin down. Let's work with the expression just a little bit better. That one wasn't quite where I needed to be. Actually, just bring your hands down. Bring it more like this. There you go, right there like that. That's good, that's good. Right, turn your chin a little bit more to the light source and forehead back this way just a little bit. There you go, gorgeous, right there. Okay. All right, transition that back. Still got a lot of light spill right there, so let's work with that again. Point it. It's not the way it was before though, so I don't know why. Yeah, a lot of light spill on there.
The first shot you took, I didn't have that one turned down yet.
What's that?
The first shot you took, it had not turned down.
Yeah, well that one's pretty good.
So this
The one on the left. Yeah, it's too harsh on her chin. Turn this way just a little bit. There you go, right there like that. Now turn your chin back this way. Whoa, right there. Yeah, try not to hit her cheek with it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. There you go, right there like that. Belle, right here like that. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Yeah, it's still coming across as we do that. I think it needs to be gridded or whatever. But that gives you a general idea of how you can do a separation light or, using a rim light and things like that. As you play with your different sort of sets. In one set, how you play with different lighting scenarios within one set and stuff like that. But I really like her makeup. So I'm just going to rock and roll. Let's go back to the gray background again. Just a solid gray. Yeah, without that one. I'm going to work with that one. Go ahead and leave the one on the right on because that adds just a little bit of separation. Yep. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. I don't have a camera or a producer or director here on the deal. So right there like that. Chin down just a little bit. Right there like that. Gorgeous. Forehead that way just a little bit. I will know for next time that I need at least one more person to help us with this live presentation.
This is gorgeous.
And yeah, it is gorgeous. I don't like the hand. There you go, right there like that. Just look at me right here like that. Okay, now once again, let me turn this light off that's on the floor. Okay, so you can kind of be the judge as we go in succession here. Turn your chin a little bit to the light now. Help me out here with that. There you go. So you got this one right there. Stay there. That's without the fill light coming in from the floor. And this one will be with the fill light coming in turned on. So you can kind of see the difference between the two. So, right, chin down just a little bit. Okay, I don't think the light turned on all that much. There you go. There you go. That's with the light. Turn the light off now. Look at me straight on right there like that. Go from there. Good, good. Okay, so I'm going to switch back and forth. That's obviously without the fill light on the floor, and that's with the fill light on the floor. So you be the judge whether you like it or whether you don't like it, okay? All right? That's the beauty of it. It's the beauty of everything. Okay, all right. Well, that's going to wrap it up here for Beauty Lighting Live Episode 2. We're going to flip through some images and let you kind of look at it. So I'm going to flip it back. Belle, you want to say anything there?
Hello, guys. Follow me on Instagram. Yeah, follow me on Instagram. Belle__Emily. Follow me.
And we'll see you this
See
Saturday.
you guys this Saturday.
And Sunday.
And Sunday.
Great.
This whole weekend.
Okay, all right. Thanks, guys, for putting up with that. I know it was a little rough. We had some technical difficulties starting out. I don't know why it didn't go to the original link, but it didn't. We was about a third of the way into the presentation before we realized that we had a problem with it. But I appreciate you if you stuck through it. I hope you learned something by that, by just adding couple different things and then changing it up a little bit from if you use a white background, having the light fall off, and use it as a gray background, and then adding lights in to make it high key. I generally like to overexpose my high key by one stop. I try to pay attention to make sure that I don't have too much spill light coming in back into the subject, and taking care of that. I had the California Sunbounce reflector as a fill. It's very simple to do that. So we started with one light, we added the floor light, and everything else. So let me just flip back through that on the Capture 1 here. And that's with no fill light on the floor, and that's with the fill light on the floor right there. So that's with the fill light. You can kind of see the catch lights, how the catch lights work with that. And then you can kind of see how dark her eyes here are around in here. So it really doesn't really do anything to the makeup here. The lighting design doesn't, see, because the lighting is so dead right up in there. And then we lift that up, you know, and start showing the makeup. So if a makeup artist goes through all that detail work and everything else, we have to kind of shoot more towards that, you know, more of a flat lighting type situation to really show the makeup. But I like it too. It's kind of a mood and stuff like that, but I just think it kills it with the shadowing going on in here and the darkness that happens in here. It almost looks like somebody hit her versus, you know, the makeup and stuff like that. So that's why I use the kicker here, and I think it provides a nice subtle fill light coming from underneath. It gives me room to shoot that if I needed to shoot a full length, I can shoot past that because I don't have that clamshell reflector up underneath blocking me and everything else. So that's another reason why I kind of like this floor light the way I got it set up. But let me just flip through here. That's of course without the floor light, and of course that is with the floor light. Okay, and that's with the floor light, of course, because you can kind of see that. But it does provide, once again, it does provide a little bit of fill, brightens up that eye a little bit for that makeup to show, yet you don't have such a flat lighting scenario with that particular setup right there. But let me just go through here and kind of show you a little bit. That's when we brought the background lights and we just kind of turned it more towards rim. We probably should have had it more on a strip box and more kind of contained. There was just basically just parabolic reflector heads just bouncing straight in there. And so it's not very flattering right here on her cheekbone. And this side's okay, but this side had way too much spill going on and everything else. So that's same thing with the rim lighting, where we turn the background lights and we just flipped it back towards her. But that's what I was talking about, you know, showing a little bit of the light, showing a little bit of the separation with this tool kind of coming through here, and not making it so dead by not having, you know, that background light. See how dead that looks right around in through here? And then we bring a light source in, we kind of bring this to life just a little bit, you know. So anyway, I hope that makes sense. You see the light coming through here, kind of makes it a little bit more separated there. Me personally, I like the high key for this particular thing, and right there it is. That's how I would probably like to pick my favorites, is out of the high key. April Berry tended to like the gray, and obviously I gotta clean my sensor. We had the XH1 as a video camera today, and I was shooting with my old XT-1, and so obviously you need to clean the sensor there because the XT-1 was been on the shelf. So that still allowed me to tether and show. But guys, that's it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you learned something. I know it was a little rough for episode 2. We'll be better next time, I guarantee it. Until next time, take care.